We have been here in this workshop since 1967. I'm the fourth generation of the workshop. The first one was Mr. Clos, Mr. Auguste Clos, who founded the workshop in 1896. Clos was the first printer who dedicates his workshop only for artists. And also one of the first printers who was specialized in color lithography. We do contemporary art with artists who come to make the drawing of the stones, and our job is consist to print it, but we also are publisher. It can be very complex because we have to print one stone after the other. So it's sort of layer, you put the layer over the other ones. With 2 colors we can make 3. With 3 you can obtain 7 colors. With 4 stones, 4 colors, you can obtain 30 colors. We're not only simple printer, we are also colorists. For make a color lithography, we need a lot of steps. The first steps is to grind the stones. Okay, so that the stones can be clean to receive the new drawing. With some sand between and some water. And we grind the stones. The next steps is the artist have to make his very simple sketches on a piece of calc paper. And then we slip on between the calc and the stones a piece of transfer paper. And then we transfer the sketch on the stones. Then the artist can start into drawing with litho pencils, also with tusch, with a brush. In this tusch, they get fat stuff who will go into the calc stones because the calc stones can absorb. And this grease in the stones is the things we can print. When the drawing are finished on the stones, I have to make a little preparations with gummi arabicum and some drop of nitric acid. The acid will have reactions with the part where you don't have drawings, because the white of the stones who didn't receive the grease can better receive water and better refuse fat stuff. The acid have to be in the stone some few hours, best is 1 night. And then the next steps is that I wash all the stones with simple water, because gummi arabicum can be delayed by water. Then we come to this very important moment where we have to take away the black color of the drawing, but not the fat stuff who are in the stones. Then we're beginning to ink only on the part of the drawing, and not the part where you have the white spaces. Ink is fat stuff. And the water on the white space refuses the ink because it's fat stuff. And then we can starting to make the color print. With the first stones we make a blue, a cyan blue. It's a blue we'll see at the end, because it will be covered by 2 other colors. The second layer we will print a violet. Some places it will be pure, some places it will cover with the blue. And then really the magics happen with the third color. And we will use a yellow. The yellow over the blue will be green. The yellow over the blue, the violet and the yellow transform to a sort of brown. So with 3 layers we got a lot of colors. Yeah. Colors is billions of possibilities. The melange with the layers, how they melange into the paper, outside of the paper, on the top, inside, underneath. When the artists have to explain the color he wants, he's explaining his feeling. I want a blue who represents the night in May. It's a special blue, because if he come from Norway, his idea of the blue is one way, but if you come from Spain, the night blue is different. Of course, we are technical, but as lithograph, what we really are is colorists. I have no problem to get up in the morning and to start to work, and it happened in 40 years. I'm a handcraft guy. I'm not at all artist, but to help them and to find the right techniques to end with a result that he like. So this is incredible. Yeah, this is fantastic. Yeah. Lithography techniques is 225 years old. The past give us a lot of techniques. I have somewhere learned 3 other generations techniques. They give me quite an advantage to have this past, but for the service of the future.